feature presentation.
Without getting too personal, oversharing, saying goodbye to my father, I got to see this before and we had a conversation because of this. So I'll always be grateful for this movie.
Oh, wow. That is so special.
So thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I wanted to ask you about Joachim Trier's approach to filmmaking because he's talked in the past about that he enjoys to improvise. He talks about it as jazz almost. Were there any moments between the two of you where you got to explore the characters outside of the script and in the moment together? There's so much vulnerability in your performances.
Thanks.
But it's not really improvising in terms of coming up with lines or anything like that. Doing different things.
The script.
Yeah. So what your improvisation is the emotions and what's happened between the lines and all the communication that is unsaid. And that varies from take to take, and there's new things every second.
Yeah, he allows you to, he allows you to, if an emotion is taking you, if you just start laughing, he's like, he wants you to go with that feeling. If if it's a very emotional take, it's like, okay, we're going to go with that. So it does feel like the emotions can almost be like improvised and spontaneous. But I felt like the words, the script was so beautifully written. I felt like we didn't do much of ad-libbing, maybe, but not a ton. There was some,
and also we had some rehearsals where we sort of rinsed out all the tacky lines that we couldn't say and put in.
We got rid of those. Yeah, exactly.
Was there a sense of levity in the script that was coming through when you were performing the scenes together? Even the idea of exploring the house in one scene, or I don't know who came up with it, but taking a whole paper towel roll and using that to wipe that is a flex. I don't know where that came from, but I don't know. It's incredible.
Did you just do that?
I think it was Joachim that came up with it, and it's such a beautiful gesture of not knowing how to handle it.
So I love it. It really stands out.
I've never seen anything like that, but there's this sense of humor that is in that where that's life, right? It's never one thing. There's something, Elle, that I want to ask you about. Your character, there's a moment where she's watching one of Gustav's films and Rachel has this incredibly emotional reaction to it. Has there ever been a film in your own movie-going experiences where you've had that kind of reaction?
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I mean, I cry a lot in films. Like I'm very sensitive. I'm trying to think. I mean, they'd probably just be the cliche one. You know what gets me? That movie About Time.
Rachel McAdams.
Yes, that I remember seeing that for the first time, and I was just like really taken with that. I don't know, very emotional during that. But I cry during movies a lot.
There's something between Bill Nighy and Donald Gleason.
Yes, there's something about that. I know. I don't know. I cry. Yeah.
Stellan, I don't have much time, but I do want to ask you. The part of this is looking at a retrospect. Do you feel like you're having this incredible moment as an actor and people are appreciating the work because you have such a body of work and a career from, Breaking the Waves to Deep Blue Sea and everything in between? Do you feel as though that this is kind of mirroring your own career because everybody is talking about your performance in this film?
I don't know. I mean, it's a coincidence in a way because you don't often get a really juicy role like this, and you don't often get a really intelligent director. I mean, I act mostly between the lines, so if you cut to the one who's speaking, I'm not in the movie.
That's a great way to wrap things up. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. And it was great seeing you and Jesper Christensen in a scene together after Melancholia. So thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice.
I'm just going to be completely transparent with you. I apologize if I cry during this because this movie hit in such a way where my dad is in the last, phase of his life. And I felt like I was able to have a conversation with him because of this movie and the way that, art is a way to talk to people about the things that you feel, the most comfortable about. And
hey, thanks for sharing that with us.
Thank you. I wanted to ask Joachim and Renate a question about anxiety and stress because you see that in Nora at the beginning of this film in a way that feels very genuine. And so when you're making a film like this and you're following it up after The Worst Person in the World, do you have any anxiety or feel any pressure on yourselves as filmmakers to follow that up? But also even, Inga, I want to bring you into this conversation because Agnes has so much anxiety and stress as well. And so, how do you go about portraying that in a way that feels authentic and not manipulative and exploitative?
I'll start if I may. Can I start?
Yes.
I'll just say that I am damn nervous. I'm nervous every day on set. I'm nervous when I'm writing. I'm nervous releasing the film, but not in a bad way. It's a kind of energy that I am strangely addicted to. I really wanted to mean something and to convey something and to meet people on a personal level. So a part of the story in the film and your panic when playing a theater actor going on stage, I think it's a way for me to try to talk about why I'm moved when I go see art in any form, because it's someone that put their heart on the line. If they do, not all art has that, but I respect that, and I want to talk about how that feels.
For me, it's actually I get nervous, and especially after Worst Person, and I'm doing another collaboration. But I kind of like need to keep the focus of this. Might not be as good, but it's okay, and then leave that behind, and then actually just focus on the moment and finding some sincerity, authenticity in the themes and the questions and the traits that Nora has, and really to be able to go really deep, you really have to just accept that it might not be as good, and then to clean it all off, kind of. But it was scary. Yeah.
And Inga, what about yourself? Because this is the first time you're coming into, a collaboration process with two people that have made a great movie before, and now you've made an even better film. But, audiences are going to see what you're doing in this performance, and it is so nuanced. And even the way that, Joachim, you use or lack of audio in certain moments in terms of showing vulnerability, was that something that was important to you as an actor to think about movement and breathing and how you approach your characters' interactions based on, how you talk to Nora versus Gustav?
I didn't consciously think so much about it. I tried to not think so much, to be honest. I tried to feel like, for me as an actor, I need to put the brain away or else it's not so good. So I worked a lot with this film to just be present and emotionally open, which is really easy because he makes people very emotional.
Yeah.
He's very good. But I think it's because he's very honest with his own emotions. He's not a person who hides, which is an extraordinary experience to meet someone. Not a lot of people are like that. And that affects me very much. So, he affects me a lot.
And you mentioned manipulation, and it really is removed because also him and Eskil write characters that are they're never judged. It's so much compassion and care for all these flaws in people, and that's also how Joachim treats us on set. So it becomes like a safe place to be all the messed up stuff that you are, and really bring that to the table. So it's a very big part of the process, and I think what's transferring into the audience is also like that no one is judged. We're all like struggling and finding out of our whole life. We're just like figuring stuff out.
We're more complicated than just being one note, and even just the crack in the wall in that house I keep thinking about. Yeah. So I have to wrap with you, but thank you so much for taking the time to do this, and thank you so much for the movie.
And thank you for sharing your
thank you.
Thank
you
for that. This is why we make art, is to try to talk about complicated things that we don't know how to socially. So thank you for sharing and kind of being transparent.
Thank you.
And all the best to all you're going through, my friend.
Thanks.